Hello, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Charuwan Mesit from University of Luxembourg Competence Center. So I would like to welcome you to our event, the webinar on the title of Flexible Automation Challenges and Opportunities in the Modern Industry. So this webinar is a part of the skills and training in LDIH project that aims to leverage digital skill in manufacturing in manufacturing and industry sector available in Luxembourg. So please welcome our speakers. We have two speakers today. The first one is Daniel Correa from Caroro Group and Abdullah Adam from Tech Academy. So the speakers are here. So do you want to say hi to our audience?
Yes. Hello, everyone. And
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello. So how are you doing?
I'm good so far. We just had encountered a brief problem with our camera. We're working and fixing it quickly.
Okay. Here we go. So before we get into your talk, I just want to talk a little bit, about the EDH project.
All right.
Okay.
So for our project, the mission of our project is to support Luxembourg's manufacturing companies and industry in the digital transformation. So basically, we focus on the industry 4.0, and also, because now the new technologies, we have to bring the new technologies into manufacturing in Luxembourg. So we have the national platform to bring the requirements and solutions together. So if you have a chance, you can visit the website LDIH.lu, to visit our platform. So we try to enlarge DIH networks and foster the collaboration between the companies, providers, and also other actors. So you can see from the right-hand side, we have all the entities. We have the research organizations, startups, SMEs, large companies, industry associations, investor, governments, the incubators, and also the other sectors, to work together to develop the digital transformation in Luxembourg. So basically for our mission, we try to inform the new technologies and to the companies. And then we inspire the companies to use the new technologies. And also we engage the companies to stay in our network so that we can get all the news, for the digital transformation. So I think now our speakers are ready. So now the floor is yours.
Just 1 minute.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, we can also, we can go back to our mission, and then I will talk a little bit about the services, that are available in the EDH project. Here. Here we go. So these are the list of the services, that we have in the EDH project. We have the digital maturity assessment that is will be provided by the University of Luxembourg. We have the cybersecurity maturity assessment. This one will be provided by the Luxembourg House of the Cybersecurity. So we have the digital skills assessment, which will be provided by us, the University of Luxembourg Competence Center. We have the digital roadmap support, and this one will be provided by the Lux Innovation. The investment support also will be provided by Lux Innovation. We have the digital industry training catalog, that we're going to show it at the end of the talk. It is provided by us, University of Luxembourg Competence Center. We have the test before invest facilities catalog, and this one is provided by the research institution, the list. And we have the LDIH marketplace, available at the website dih.lu. So let's see our speakers. Now you have two cameras running.
Yes, I'm convenient. You have to mute yours. Okay, I think we are ready now.
Okay.
Okay, you can hear us very well?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So I'll share my screen.
Yes. Okay. So now I will let you, give the talk on the your flexible automation.
This one open down.
Yeah, you can see our screen. The presentation is at first slide. Yes? I think so.
So we can see your presentation.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I just wanted to double check. Thank you very much.
It's working fine now.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, we struggle a lot to come back to this. So, hello everybody. Thank you for participating in our webinar. For me, this is the first time I'm presenting a webinar like this one. I'm very proud of it. And my name is Daniel Correa. As you can see, I think you can recognize by the photo.
Yeah. So my name is Adam, and well, I really want to extend again, thank you for joining this webinar, and I hope that we all get to know something and learn something new together. And yeah, let's start kicking this webinar. And once again, we're really sorry for this inconvenience that happens. Just the camera completely failed on us. So I don't know why.
Last minute.
At the last minute, yeah.
We were here ready since 1 hour ago.
Exactly. So yeah, to begin with, we'll just quickly discuss the agenda of this webinar. And
let's see if we can.
Yeah. Okay. To begin with, we will just have a little bit background of our about us, where our expertise, where did we study, work, and all of that. Then we will be placing the context about flexible automation, and we'll discuss the current trends as well, and we will be discussing as well the digitalization and the role of digitalization in flexible automation. We will have a bit of talk about the difference between small batch manufacturing and also the difference between mass manufacturing. We were about to talk also about flexible feeding. There's no flexible automation without flexible feeding. And we'll spend the majority of this webinar actually talking about the use cases and where we have implemented those flexible feedings and flexible automation in general. Last but not least, we will discuss about Tech Academy briefly, and we will see what Tech Academy has to offer to this ecosystem of flexible automation or automation in general. To begin with, my name is Adam, and as I said earlier, I did my master here in the University of Luxembourg, and I studied also in Malaysia as a mechatronic engineer. I worked at Guala Closures, formerly known as GCL Technologies here in Luxembourg. Now they're back in Italy. I worked also at Goodyear as a mechatronic engineer, and finally, recently, I have founded Tech Academy. Now I'll leave the floor also to my colleague, Daniel, to talk about himself.
Yeah, so I'm Daniel. I start my professional career at the Gestamp Aveiro back in 2005. Since there, I've been working in automotive environment. All my path made in Portugal, Gestamp was always in contact with robotic welding and assembling cells. So this type of manufacturing site, you can see, was very busy. There was a lot of automation involved. So I gained a lot of knowledge from this time I worked with Gestamp. Later on, I worked 3 years in UK in the same type of business, automotive always. For some years, I came back to Portugal, and now I rode to Luxembourg Started with the Guala Closures, former GCL Technologies. When I met Adam, was there with the position of R&D mechatronic engineer. We developed a lot of interesting solutions related with the flexibility and flexible automation. As well, I was performing tasks related with research for the curation of products because this company was selling closures. I work also with digital printing, so it was very interesting company. Recently, since 23, sorry, since 23, I'm working at Carraro Luxtech. This startup started its business in February of last year. Carraro this site belongs to Carraro Group. It's an Italian-based company, and I changed my basically my background. Now I'm working in a different field. It's more mechanic field, but later we'll have a testing facility here that I'm responsible to follow and to implement. So my automation background, I think, will help a lot on this one. So Adam, I have a question for you. I don't know if you are prepared for it.
Let's see.
Automation. When to consider automating manufacturing process?
Well, for me, it's simple. If you hate it, automate it.
Wow, that was a good one. Well, for me, my opinion is when you want to have control of the volume that you want to produce, like this, you can reduce costs, you can increase quality as the safety of your employees. So when you automate, automatically you will bring innovation to the company, and you will increase the skills of your employees too.
All right.
So in this way, we come to a slide where we are just highlighting some topics to help you to decide, to help you, or just to putting on the table a discussion about when we want to automatize a process. Some of the topics like high production volumes, as I said, when I want to be in control of the production, I should automatize the process if he justifies it, of course. Also, one of the other topic that leads you to automatize the process is labor shortages. When is the case that you want to carry on with your company, you want to keep producing, or you want to keep run your company, and the labor is not there. So this is one point that you should consider to automatize the process. Scalability challenges.
Yeah, I believe with manual works, imagine that you have a spike in the production and the amount of output that you have to produce for certain product, for example, suddenly increase in a number that you cannot keep up with manual process anymore. In that case, for sure, automation can help you in order to meet that challenges and also meet that output that's desired. And yeah, repetitive tasks, as you said, if you hate it, repeat. I mean, if you hate it, automate it. And I hate to do a task that is always repetitive. And yeah, also safety concerns. You don't want to have your employees or your workers actually working in a dangerous area or hazard areas. And we see that a lot with chemicals and all sorts of type of, let's say, can raise a safety concern. So in that case, automation helps a lot. Yeah.
And on complex processes, of course, here the automatization can give you a big help. Once you have your right, once you have you design your right solution, this can decomplex the process in a certain way that you don't need to worry more about it, or you don't think about it more.
Yeah. Additionally, also, if you have any problem with quality inconsistent, so imagine that you're working and you have a production of shifts, manual labors. A lot of the problems sometimes happens with that. Shift 1 produce an excellent product. Shift B produce mediocre products, and Shift C, and then maybe they're sleeping and they're producing that inconsistent quality. This is being solved by automation. Any manual products that you have that have any consistent, inconsistency with quality, automation is the solution for it, definitely.
With the high operational costs, of course, here, let's say we don't want to fire people, but this can be related with the cost that you can increase with the time. But rather than dismiss people, you can employ the people. They can help you to assure that your automated process work perfectly. So in this way, you save costs in terms of not hire more people, but maintain the same quantity of people that you have in house.
Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is.
And demand for customization. Well, this one, of course, there are products that they require a certain amount of customization. Automating a process can help you on this one in a way that once the solution is in place and with the right flexibility, you can just from a touch of a button you can select the product that you want to produce. In this way, it can help you a lot.
Indeed, it is. Well, since we are talking about flexible automation, actually, let's define what's flexible automation. In my own humble views, flexible automation refers to the ability of manufacturing system to easily adapt to changes in the production flow or the production process without significant downtime or changing or re-engineering. This type of automation is designed to handle a variety of type of process and products. And with that flexible automation comes the challenge of, let's say, the complexity increases of integrating those type of systems together, those complex technologies together, and also it comes the challenge of finding the right skilled labor that will be able to put this together. But on the other side, what we have is the opportunities that await for you. For example, flexible automation provide you with a competitive advantage to businesses and also allows you to respond to the market with flexibility and agility. And that's a huge advantage for any companies that are want to test the market.
Right, indeed. Well, from back some years ago, not long, we are seeing there is a shift of thinking about the way that we are automating processes. Like we see on point number 1, I think this belongs to a past where the machines were being designed and built only to process 1, 2, 3 types of products a maximum. So where high volume and low mix was in place. Nowadays we are seeing a shifting as we worked in this type of projects. So we made the automation much more flexible, where there is a high mix and low volume of production. So you can process different type of products into one machine, but at the same time you have the ability to keep the control of your products. The future, we don't know. It's uncertain. Surely it will be through the digital way.
Yeah, and also I believe it's a lot due to the, let's say, the personalization and let's say the customers are now more, let's say, personalized demands of certain products, and that raise the demands high for high mix and low volume.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's
sure.
the case.
Also, the market nowadays is much more competitive. We are being floated through many other companies, many other countries, continents in this case, and we have to be competitive. We need to be very flexible on this.
Yeah, indeed. Well, here we're just talking quickly about what's the difference between a small batch production or, let's say, mass productions. And conventionally, also we start by let's start by small batch production, which is actually focusing on producing limited quantities, offering significant benefits such as customization to meet the specific customer's need and higher quality control and lower startup cost. That's debatable, but in some ways, yes, it's about, in small production you have, let's say, the cost to start is not that huge. Depends on the product again. For mass production, It's a convention where you have a production line that is mainly producing 1 or 2, 3 types of products, and it's quite rigid, but the output, the cost per unit is quite low, meaning that it's cheaper in terms of final products, but the starting cost is quite high. Now, when companies choose between those two, they have to put in mind all the budget, the cost, and the type of product that you would like to produce in that. And additionally, I believe digitalization have helped us a lot to actually achieve flexible automation and actually being able to produce different types of products in the same line or different line. For example, we're talking about all the SAP system, for example, that we have in place. We talk about the ERP system, the digital twins. Those all are feature of digitalization that help us to move from production order to the second production order without losing data, without having any downtime. Sometimes it's just with a click that you're changing the planning of the production. And I believe this have enabled us to actually reach a new height in production.
Yeah, increase the efficiency of your production side.
Yep.
Surely. So this slide is all about one type of feeder that we approach when we started GCL here. Yeah. We got in contact with this type of feeder because, well, there was a need of some production plants of guava to be flexible or to be able to process different type of products into one line, because it didn't justify to come up with a solution just for one type of product because there was no volume enough. So this feeder is a rotary feeder. It has a disc. There is 4 positions that represents a certain, let's say, a certain. Produce a process on each well, there is 4 stages, let's say. One stage is related with the pouring of the parts on stage A, as you can see on the picture. On stage B, basically there is a pneumatic hammer underneath that is flipping the parts, so we're trying to place them in a position to be pickable. On stage C is where the camera is taking the picture, and on stage D the robot is picking the parts from the feeder. This type of feeder comes with different plugins for robots. Also, you can have full control with PLCs. Various protocols are available. And one of the good things about technology is this one doesn't need any license, so there is no extra cost. This is one of the feeders that we worked with, and Adam will present the other one.
Well, there's no, if you look at any production line, what you have is, let's break it into 3, starting by the feeding system, and then you have the main process of the machine, and then at the end we have the output, let's say, it's the final output, let's say. And if you want to be flexible, you should have the flexibility to feed different type of part into your system, and that could not be achieved without flexible sealing. What we have here is another system that is similar to the system that Daniel explained before, which is coming from Israel. This system is mainly coming from the previous system was coming from flexible, and this one is coming from Israel. And it has the same configuration. We have a vision system. We have a hopper that brings the part into the vibrating tray, and we have the robot that picks the part from the vibrating plate and place it into the desired location. The only difference that I would say between those 2 systems is that the fact that the previous system is rotary, that allows it to be able to rotate, and so the parts that are fed into the rotary flexible will always brings back to the end of the camera in order to be inspected, meaning that you will not, those parts at the end will always comes back under the camera in a rotary shape, meaning that you will have the possibility to pick them up eventually, maybe after 2-3 runs. But in the case of Israel, imagine that you are having a vibration sequence, and then you end up having the parts at the end of the vibrating tray. You will have to come up with a specific sequence that allows you to come, a vibration sequence that allows you to bring those parts again to the middle and flip them back again, in order that you're hoping that they will come back into the desirable shape that you would like to pick them from.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next, this is a use case that we will utilize those type of flexible feeding system here. And I'll just briefly explain the project and what we are supposed to, what's the outcome. As you can see in the left side, we have different type of cups and cork system. And the idea here that we would like to assemble those cups and corks together. And yeah, you see also the finished product with the bottles, which is small, but yeah, this is the finished products. And those are not the full, let's say, types of corks that we're feeding into the system, but that's what we have for the moment to show you from here. And we can break this machine into four, or this project into four. We have the cork feeding system, and we have also the assembly line feeding system, and you have in the middle the micro machine where you're actually assembling those two cups and corks together. And lastly but not least, we have the overcup station where you're actually feeding the cups with the work rest station where you're actually feeding the work rest that carries the cups. We will see that in a bit details.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look a bit deeper into the corks feeding system, what we see over there is that just a second. What you see over there is that we have the elevator, which is actually bringing the cups, or let's say the corks, into the vibration tray, and then into the hopper, and then the vibration tray. The vibration tray vibrate in a specific configuration and sequence in order to rotate the parts, rotate the corks into a desirable pickable orientation. The original plate that came with as real was actually a flat, and you can see the problem with that is that once you place the corks, once the corks fall into that place, they keep rolling. And so if you snap a picture, yes, it could be they would be in the right, let's say they would be in the right orientation and a pickable orientation, but they keep changing their coordinates position, and that is a problem. And for that, we had to design different types of plates that allows us to actually, with grooves that allows it to have, for the corks to be falling in place. And that helps us also because different types of corks have different size and dimension, and we need to design 5 or 6 type of plate that can accommodate the different types of corks. We also had to change and play a little bit with the type of motion and the sequence that we put together in the SREAL in order to achieve that high output of corks in front of the robot, that are pickable in front of the robot. Without that, we were not having enough type of parts, enough corks that are actually presented under the camera that are actually pickable for the robot. So yeah. Next, we're going to see a video that shows you the final project. System, and then we take the workers and place them into the carrier. Here we have the elevators that are actually transporting the corks into the vibration tray. The tray vibrates in order to bring the part into the corks into a pickable orientation. The robot picks up the parts and the corks and places into the revolver. The revolver then push all the parts into the micro machines, ready to be picked or to be assembled with the parts. The other side, we have the caps. Also, we have an elevator that brings the caps into the conveyor. Once the caps are under,
Oops.
Yeah.
You were started, no?
Yeah, let's just start from the beginning. We're sorry for the inconvenience. Something happened there. Made it restart.
Something is happening with the video because he's trying to.
It's lagging, I believe. Yeah.
get to the cap station. I hope so. If not, we just carry on.
No,
Yeah,
for some reason there's.
Definitely, there is a problem with the video.
We will try to play it back again at the end of the session.
Exactly. So
That is some reason.
yeah, it's that. Video we can.
I can.
Okay.
Here you can see that the podcast. And then the parts are being placed in the cups. Next station is stamping them together with the glue. Last but not least is the final products are ready to be. Sorry for the inconvenience in the video, but
Yeah, we can change.
yeah.
Well, let's see if we can proceed to the next slides.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. This one. Okay.
All right.
Yes, we are. So the next slides, I'm going to present a project I think was the latest project that we worked on for when we were at Guala.
Yeah.
This is another flexible feeder that we developed with Guala for our headquarter company. So this project, this machine is actually running in Alessandria, is the headquarters of Guala. Already witnessed this year that this machine is still running, so we did a good job, I can say that. But before celebrating so much, I'm gonna just give you highlights of why what were the specifications to build this machine and how we based the design of this machine. So this is this machine, this feeder, flexible feeder. This flexible feeder his main goal was to process high mix, low volume, as we already discussed before. So different type of products with low batches of production. We try to group different products from the same customer. Yeah, exactly. We try to group
the camera.
All right. From the same customer, so we could keep a type of production in a certain area. Surely we wanted to avoid quality issues like this. We could control how we were locating the products related with this machine. They could be together in one area close to this machine, so there was no dispersion of products around the manufacturing floor. This project was developed and realized and commissioned in parallel with some of the products were already being assembled manually. So this was the target to install this machine once the volumes were about to go up, so we could keep up with the deliveries. Of course, there was also new products that were being tested for the first time on this machine, on this feeder. And one of the important aspects of this machine is it is dedicated to run for 5 days with 1.5 shift production capacity. This means that we still have some margin to or integrate another product, or we can increase our capacity in terms of production.
Yeah.
And the key factor on this project is that the changeover had to be very simple, so anyone could perform this changeover just from a touch of a button. We were able to make this changeover. There we go. So the analysis about that we made from the requirements given to us is that all the products, they were round shape, of course with different weights. So some of the products, they were plastic, others they were made of Zamac, so it's kind of metal alloy. The internal depth was varying. So in this way, we needed that the robot had the flexibility to understand what kind of product to be picked. And what kind of tool we had to think, what kind of tool we had to find to pick this group of products. So we came up with two solutions. One solution was a gripper with the 3 fingers, and the other was a vacuum. Why the vacuum cannot pick up all the products? Because the suction cup was not small enough to cope or to enter inside all the products. So some of the products, the internal diameter was smaller than the diameter of the suction cup. And on top of that, this suction cup had to be, or we had to select a special suction cup due to the roughness that these cups have internally. And the solution is, we're going to see next video. No, not yet, sorry. No, go there. So the solution that we came up with was the layout of this flexible feeder is, we have a robot in the middle with 2 parallel feeders where the robot can pick from one of the sides, while at the same time the other feeder is preparing the parts to be pickable. So when the robot finished one of the sides, the other feeder was ready to be pickable. In this way, we could achieve rate of 45 parts per minute at the maximum. With the ideal conditions, we achieved these 45 parts per minute. To reach 60 parts per minute is very challenging. So you had to pick 1 part per second. So it's something that sometimes we think that is feasible, but even with the fastest robot that we implemented here, was not possible due to various constraints. We choose to use one of the Easyreal solutions. In this way, this type of feeder could help us in a certain way where we could customize each product. We could customize the vibration of the platform. At the same time, it came with integrated vision system with AI, where we could save, or there was this vision system works in this way. It can automatically detect the region of interest, or the ROI. This region of interest is, it can automatically detect the size of your product. After tweaking the image, we can straight away find how we want to pick the product. And after that, we just have to save images of good and bad products to pick or not to pick. And in this way, this system can generate its own decision if it's a good product to pick or if it's not a good product to pick. Very intuitive, and on top of that, the interface with this with this vision system is through a web server, so there is no need of license, just a web page, and then you are ready to program this system. The next video basically will show you, I'll present you the solution for caps. As you see on the right side, you have this Israel. It's stopping for somehow. I don't know why. He wants to play with us.
Yeah.
On the left side, this was already prepared while we were speaking on the right side. So once he picks all the parts available on the left side, he goes to the right side because they were already prepared in advance. Now we cannot see, but the left side is being prepared. On the back, there is a hopper. This hopper is also smart, but basically is controlled by the vision system. Why is smart? Because he knows how many parts are present on the tray. And if he knows that you have 50% of parts on the tray, he knows that he has to feed only other 50%. So to avoid having a lot of parts on the tray, otherwise it becomes impossible to pick. During the commission phase, this was a surprise for us because we never count with this type of product, a product with a cork in it. So it has like a T shape instead of a U shape. This was a challenge for us while we were commissioning the machine over there. Well, we didn't give up. Of course, we had to help them in a certain way. That's okay. Let's see, and then we took this type of sequence. So we analyzed how we could feed this product. The first things that you have to do is you need to understand the gravity center of this product, how it behaves when it falls to the platform. Then you have to run some images from the vision system to understand what the vision system is seeing, and if it's repeatable. And the last but not least, and the most important one is the tool is capable. Which tool is capable to pick up this product? We try not to use a new tool, of course, because otherwise we're going to make it more complex for the changeover. So the solution was, okay, no tool was needed. We used the same gripper of 3 fingers. We just had to adjust the position of the finger, so minimum setup. Just by on the HMI, we created a new program, so we call it this product number 10. And from that moment, when the operator selects product number 10, the complete system knows that we have to process this type of products. That's it. So the flexibility is capable to be scalable to other type of products. The integration is easy, so you can use this machine for a long time. That's the most important. This is the main factor of flexibility.
Automation. Yeah.
So this is quite amateur video that you're going to see as the other one with the final solution, but it's interesting. That's why I'm playing with you. As a proof, so you witness that the solution came up.
Yeah.
That we came up works very well, no problem. At this moment, I think the robot was 75% of speed, 50% of speed, and well, I think we come up with a good solution in this way. Also, the assembly machine next to it was prepared is also very flexible. This was quite a very interesting project where two flexible machines were put together.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think we have that much of time left, so I'll just summarize the things quickly. This slide is mainly about the skills that are necessary. and needed in order to put all of those things together. So the first thing that will be is that being able to understand the fundamental of automation, what is simple type of automation and the basic concept of automation. That will enable you actually then to go to the next step, which is actually identifying those opportunities of automation, meaning that being able to spot areas and process that can be beneficial for you to automate it, as we discussed earlier in the very beginning of the presentation. And then it comes to technological skills, meaning that you need to have the labor and the workforce skills in order to put all of those technologies together. And last but not least, also implementing this and commissioning and implementing the final solution and doing the last final tweaks. And with that comes also the last thing, which is the safety, which is quite important. Also meaning that not just the safety of the operators operating the machines, but everybody around it in the manufacturing or the production side, understanding how those machines operate and what are the safety risks that comes with it and comes associated with that. With that, we actually, let's say, close the topics of flexible automation, and we come to the topic of what Tech Academy has to offer to flexible automation. I will just also go quite briefly. Flexible automation is just the Tech Academy is just here to provide robotics workshop and robotics training to the public. We also provide robotics workshop to the youth as well, because we believe that we need more engineers and automation engineers since an early age. So we'd like to spark this genuine interest. Yeah, this is the areas that we focus in. We're providing robotics workshops, and we're providing the vision system that actually associate with robotics workshop. Then what we're also providing is that currently we are building PLC programming and HDMI programming courses together. And yeah, with that, I believe that we have come to the end of this workshop, this webinar. And yeah, I will just go to the Q&A because the time is, I think, is a bit rushing. This is just a final video, just shows you a little bit of what we do. What the students learn in the classroom, and what we're doing is that we're mimicking a production cell here, that the students can work with robots, vision systems, sensors, and conveyor belts, and so on. The exercise that you see in front of you is sorting colors based on cubes based on colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a automatic sensor over there.
After we have suction cups, color sensors, and we have exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is the base. From here, you come up with a very complex solution.
Yes, exactly. This is the starting point.
This is just to give you the way of thinking.
So we'll stop sharing right now, and then we are here for all the Q&As and questions, if there is questions.
And I'm trying to move to the next slide. This is not. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. It doesn't go.
Yeah.
This is. I'm sorry for this, but we were not expecting that.
Yeah.
There we go. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, stop sharing.
Yes, we enjoyed very much your presentation and your videos. So they are very interesting. Like what you can see here, interest, from the. I think. Hello.
Oh, here is still sharing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes.
Can I hear? Yes, she's over there.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So now the Q&A mode is enabled. So do you have any questions you can ask here? But I have one question. So the programming language, that you are using for this application. Can you hear? Hello.
Yes. I'm sorry, boss.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, very well.
Okay, I just have the question, for myself. So, which programming language do you use, to control the robotics, like automation?
It depends actually on the robot that you're using. But for example, the ones that you see in front of you, they were from Stobly, and they use Valtteri. to actually program.
Yeah, but it resembles Python.
It's similar to Python. The
Yeah,
syntax are similar
And-
to Python mainly.
It's quite generic language, let's say.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And,
So you have
Yeah, basically, if you are able to code in generic language like Python, you will be able to understand the syntax and the programming language of Stobly. Fanuc is also straight away forward.
ABB the same.
Yeah, ABB is the same. Kuka can be a little bit complicated because they use C++.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So basically, you have a specific language, right, to control these robots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have one question. So here we go. So can we measure how flexible we are? Is there any kind of standard assessment to check your maturity level? Here we go.
That's a good question.
How flexible we are. You can understand if you are flexible enough once you don't find any blockage in your automating process. I mean, if you are able to perform what you need to perform on your manufacturing process or on your machine, I think you are flexible enough to say that you are a high level of flexibility.
I would also add that, for example, let's say you are producing 2 to 3, 5 products in your line. If you are able to move from one product to another product without the interference that you have to tweak any setting in your machine, such as adjusting heights or
high complexity settings,
you are just able to change with a push button or able to change from the ERP system, then here your complexity is your flexibility is high. And if you are able to change with the minimum requirement changes, maybe just refocusing or adapting new libraries, you could say that you are mid flexible. But if you need to do a lot of tweaking and a lot of adjustment for your accesses, and you have to, let's say, completely reteach the machine, then you are not flexible, or let's say you're low in flexibility.
You say straight away that I'm not flexible enough.
Yeah.
To accommodate these changes or this type of product. It can be also a product that has certain characteristics that has nothing to do with the other one, with the other products that the machine is able to process. In this way, maybe you have to redesign the machine in a certain way that you can accommodate this type of geometry, the type of product that you want to process on that machine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And we have another question from Huya. So is there an impact on maintenance, reducing downtime by how much?
Well, I believe there is a huge impact on maintenance. I would say not in the downtime, because it depends on how well the system is integrated. But I would say in terms of maintaining the system, you would need quite skilled labor. Imagine that you are maintaining a small machine with servo motors and just conveyor belts, and that's it. And now we're actually integrating vision system, we're integrating robots, we're integrating some complex PLCs and whoever, maybe IPC, industrial IPC. The maintenance here becomes quite complex. And so the challenge becomes in that how good and skilled are your maintenance team. Reducing downtime, I believe that by much it depends on how flexible you are. If you are high in flexibility and you don't need actually to do any adjustment to change between product A to product B, then the downtime is quite low, and that's the goal actually.
Well, this can be a knife of two edges, because I worked in these production sites for many years, and flexibility also brings nightmares. It depends how good you were or how good was your integrator to come up with the right solution. Sometimes they try to come up with a solution where they tweak the aspects where we're not covering the project was specified for, and this tweak is not strong enough to is not strong enough to have a reliable machine. That's a big problem here. So when you design a machine, you need to know that this machine has to run for years. So once you once you confirm that you are able to produce this type of, once you confirm that you can do it, you have to think always, what if this happens, what if that happens. So even depending on type of or on the complexity of the machine, you have to think always how the maintenance will react to this, and what kind of structure you have to have behind this type of machine to support the good functioning of the machine. This is the one important point or aspect to have a successful solution.
Okay, thank you very much. And this question, can you please describe the support of LDIH related to startups? How to start up the company in Luxembourg that will aim to provide digital transformation products on Luxembourg market. So basically, we have many services, and then, at the end of the this talk, we're gonna explain the list of the services in a few minutes. So basically, we have at the Lux Innovation, they have the startup department that can help you, with the startup company. And then when you see the list of the services, you're going to say that how can we help you to start the company. So please stay with us, and then, at the end of the talk, we're going to see the list of the services. But for the startup, please, contact us, and then we're going to provide you the right contact, to support the startup company. So right now, so I think this is the last question. So now we're going to go back to the list of the services, of the LDIH project that can answer your, the last question. So let's go back to our presentation. Here we're going to see the list of the LDIH projects. We have the digital maturity assessment, like I mentioned before, provided by the University of Luxembourg. The cybersecurity maturity assessment by the House of the Cybersecurity, digital skill assessment by us, the Competence Center. We have the digital roadmap support, provided by the Lux Innovation. Investment support, you can see that one. This one is the service for the startup. So if you're interested, please contact us, and then we're going to bring you into the part, how you can invest your startup company. So we have the digital industry training catalog, which, we have this course training catalog. So I just have the question about the automation training. Do we need to know coding in advance to take your course?
No, not necessarily. We have courses that are from beginners all the way to advanced. So we take you all the way if you don't have any knowledge in robotics or in automation in general.
So basically everything is included, in your training, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then we have the test before invest by the list, and also we have the last one, LDIH Marketplace, that provide you all the supports, to transform your company to the digital transformation. So let's get into our service, at the Competence Center. We have this one is by the service by us, University of Luxembourg Competence Center. So we are providing digital skill maturity assessment, to the company. So the aim of this assessment is to assess and to understand the company's current level of the digital skills. So we have the assessment available in many languages. We have it in German, English, French, Luxembourgish, and Portuguese. So this assessment is divided into two main parts. The first part is general digital skills. We have the we have the list of these skills, for the assessment, and then we have the emerging technologies. So for the emerging technologies, we have the list of the new technologies, and then we can assess if your company or one of your employees are interested in one of these technologies or not. And then if they're interested, we provide the training roadmaps, into your company. So if you're like the contact is over here, you can email us to ldih@competence.lu, or you can email me jarwan.misit@competence.lu, or you can email to my colleague. His name is Thomas Benz, and his email is over here, thomas.benz@competence.lu. And then the next one, we have the training catalog. The new version is 2024. So the automation course is also included in this training catalog. If you are interested, you can visit ldih.lu and look for the training catalog. You're gonna see the list of the trainings, and then the trainings we are divided into 9 categories for now. We have the automation, we have connected industry, we have the cybersecurity, digitalization, emerging technologies, industry outreach, industry data science, supercomputing, and the last one is soft skills. The soft skills are also important, in the company. So that's why we added the soft skills also into the training catalog. So please visit us, and look for the training catalog at the ldih.lu.
Will do.
Yes, and look for your course, right? Automation. Okay, so we have included, all the training providers, training partners into this training catalog.
Yeah.
So thank you for your attention. And then if you have anything and you would like to contact us, my contact is over here in this page. So thank you, and I see you again in the next webinar. But somehow we have the breakout room. So if you want to have personal discussion with the speakers,